Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes News. I am Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz with the weather.
Yeah, stick to the weather. Stick to the weather for this one. Yeah, we like to stay current, and obviously we are a news and information channel. No satire whatsoever.
Yeah,
that is satire before anyone at YouTube gets me wrong. So we like to touch on hard-hitting topics here at the Office Blokes and give an impartial and unbiased view of world politics.
People want to know opinions.
Yeah.
On certain things.
Yeah. Probably not this. But,
yeah.
But we'll do it.
Big news at the moment. Everyone's talking about it.
It is big.
What have you got? And this is, I don't know if it's, when you talk about advertising and people sort of like say like there's no such thing as bad advertising. There kind of is sometimes, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there is.
But this is, everyone in the world probably is talking about this right now.
Yeah.
So it's global. It's a global story over something that's so minor, if it makes sense.
I think when no news is bad news sort of thing, you know, that sort of thing, if your issue that is controversial that you're on the side of represents quite a few people globally, then it works as a marketing campaign because loads of people are going to go, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe where they've misjudged it a little bit, Bud Light this, but we're going to watch it. Have you seen any of the like Kid Rock's response video?
There's quite a lot of memes going around. I've seen a few memes, sort of like, and a few like shorts of people doing things. But
loads of people have jumped on it. I think Tom McDonald has done it.
It kind of comes right behind what was happening with Nike. It's a similar sort of story to Nike, isn't it? And I think, I don't know if they mention it in this video or what I've seen. I've not seen this video, so I don't know. But Dylan Mulvaney, the sponsorship they got is like, I think one of them's Tampax.
I heard that, which is a bit mind-boggling, isn't it?
I don't know. It's I guess the women are just sort of like all probably not to make women mad.
Yes.
It's got to, and it's not hard to make women mad.
Can I say
you try staying out till 6 in the morning
before we get into the video?
When you've got little kids.
Before we get into the video, then I'll just ask you one quick question. What's a woman?
Woman.
Right, let's play the that's the question that like politicians are not answering at the moment. I don't know if you've seen any of the clips, but when someone says, so what is a woman? And they go
someone born with a snatch.
They won't commit to saying something in case they're on the wrong side of history, because they don't want to upset some people and they don't want to placate others and blah blah blah.
It's gone so far one side, but I don't know.
We'll watch the video and we'll see. But the thing I was alluding to with Kid Rock is because they've done a Bud Light can with Dylan Mulvaney's face on, who's trans. Kid Rock grabbed like an MP5 style assault rifle and just sprayed bullets into a load of cans of Bud Light, and then said like, "Fuck Anheuser-Busch," is it the company? Because he's really upset that there's a trans person on the beer can. We'll watch it.
Buy Bud Light anyway.
I bought it accidentally the other day and got abuse for it.
So it used to be like 5 years ago, the idea was you do your thing, we do our thing, we don't bother each other. That was called tolerance. You want to dress up like a woman? Fine. Now the rules have changed completely. Worship me as I dress up like a woman or I'll crush you. That's why suddenly everything, even beer cans, are celebrating and promoting transgenderism.
I don't want to sound like one of them guys here where it's like beers for men, but I'm pretty sure the target market for a can of beer is a man,
especially Bud Light.
Yeah, and it's I don't think that's your target market, isn't it?
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah,
I would guess so.
Why would you? I just don't understand why you would do something like this in a target market that's not it doesn't affect.
Yeah, it's definitely,
unless you try to rile up some kind of controversy.
That's the only thing I can think is they purposely tried to upset people to get the name out there, and it's backfired, because I think actual trans people make up less than 1% of the population of the world, something like that. So you can't say that we're trying to branch out to that market, because it's not representative of enough people to really grow your brand. Do you know when you're already that big as a brand? I mean,
the one good thing about transgender and what's happened with the transgender movement that's come out of it is it shut the fucking vegans up. And don't hear from them anymore. They pipe down a little bit now, haven't they?
You're not wrong. You're actually not wrong there at all. I've not heard anything about vegans for ages. I will say, like, I've actually followed this a little bit, and I like on YouTube, I subscribe to a few of the sort of right-wing pundits and a few of the left-wing pundits, and I like to listen to both to see people's, somewhere in the middle is where the truth actually lies. And I know Fox News is quite right-leaning, and so is Tucker Carlson. I think he's already started by almost making it out to be some sort of class war, and it's like they're conflating it and making it seem so much bigger than it is, but also people on the other side are doing it. And I think the vast majority of us sit in the middle of it. Like 90% of people sit in the middle with most of these issues.
Yeah, I have no problem with anyone doing whatever you want to do. Just don't push it in my face.
Yeah.
If you push it in my face, I get...
What about waggling it in your face?
That's what I'm saying. Once you start putting that in my face as well, I'll be like, man, woman, and then you get stuff for, and then I have to just leave the room.
Yeah. But I think anything between adults who are sound of mind and consenting and anything like that, do whatever you want, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're an adult and you're able to make decisions for yourself.
I just don't. I don't think at the same time though, brands should be using someone like Dylan Mulvaney to promote women's products.
No,
I don't think that's needed. It's not necessary.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, and it's
It's like having a white guy portray Martin Luther King.
It kind of is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you wouldn't do it. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But that's in my mind. I'd be like, why would you do that?
Unless it's just to rile up controversy,
yeah,
but it's just backfired for them because maybe they assumed that all of the allies, of like LGBTQ plus people would go out and go, I'm going to drink Bud Light now because it stands for.
But they don't. They've never drunk it before, and they're not going to drink it now.
No,
it's not going to be the drink of choice for them.
But also, Coors about 15 years ago did rainbow cans apparently. So, like, you've missed the boat, Bud Light, a little bit. If you're going to virtue signal about stuff, you've already... It's been done by other beer brands.
But you will get... the rainbow thing I can kind of understand a little bit.
Yeah, because it was everywhere. It was footballers wearing rainbow armbands and stuff.
Yeah. Bud Light has just released a commemorative can celebrating a man who dresses up like a woman. His name is Dylan Mulvaney. Here's Alyssa Heinerscheid, who brags that she is the first...
Hang on a minute. He says he's a man who dresses up like a woman. So he's not transgender.
No,
is he transgender activist?
What's happened recently is you used to get in trouble on social media and stuff if you referred to someone as a man, or if you misgendered someone. I think since Twitter's made free speech kind of acceptable again, people are getting braver, and now there seems to be a thing. Like I've heard other people that are quite right-wing pundits and things like that. They will purposely say this man, and they always emphasise, and it's like. That's where I'm like, it's a bit. You're so far the other way, and they're so far the other way that it seems like there's this massive war going on. When in reality, it's like you're being a bit of a dick. Maybe they're overstepping a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this Dylan Mulvaney is trans,
right?
And I is transitioning and classed as a woman,
right?
Female VP of Bud Light telling us that Bud Light loves Dylan Mulvaney but hates its own customers.
So I had this super clear mandate. It's like we need to evolve and elevate this incredibly iconic brand. What does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and to men. And representation is at sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work. And we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor, and it was really important that we had another approach.
Out of touch
humor, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and don't insult your primary customer base either by making them feel, they're just fratty, like jokey idiots that drink our product.
Yeah. She the VP of Budweiser?
Yeah, I think she's the... They're saying VP, but when I first saw that clip, it said VP of something. There was like another word at the end of it that made me think it was a VP of like marketing or something.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm not 100%.
Touch, fratty and out of touch. Is there anyone more out of touch than that woman? Is that woman the perfect physical embodiment of the problem in America? Yes. How do people like that take charge of our country? The least impressive, the dumbest, the most reactionary, the people who live in the tiniest little worlds, they run everything. People who drink Bud Light are not impressed, is the truth. John Rich is one of them. He is, of course, a famous singer-songwriter, a country star. He joins us tonight with his thoughts on Bud Light going trans. Jonathan, I appreciate your coming on tonight. What do you make of this?
Well, you know, there's a lot of smart, really high-paid people, Tucker, that sit around big conference tables at all the major brands, and they spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to market their product to do what? To sell more of it, whether it's beer or country music or a pickup truck or pretty much anything you can think of. And it's their right to market it however they want. They're making a bet that this is going to sell more product. And so, you know, I'm also in this world. You know, I sell music. Redneck Riviera is a brand of mine that's nationwide. I keep it real simple. I go God, family, and country. If you love God, family, and country, you'll probably love Redneck Riviera, and it probably won't disappoint you. And what's happening, Tucker, is people that have been loyal to brands for decades and decades are finding it hard to stay loyal to them, and so they start hunting down other brands that they can go support. And there's tons of up-and-coming American brands out there that people are flooding to right now, kind of like mine.
So you really got to hope, and it's not even owned by the Bush family anymore, but that Bud Light fails over this. I mean, I don't want to be mean, I don't want to root for bankruptcy, but in this case, I think we have to hope for that.
I think the customers decide. Customers are king. So I own a bar downtown in Nashville called Redneck Riviera, and our #1 selling...
What beer and brand does he have? Not mentioned
Redneck Riviera. That he's not on there to shamelessly plug because yeah, and also I hope that Budweiser or Bush fails. He just said, Tucker Carlson, just don't drink it. I mean, if it offends you that much, don't drink Bud Light. Great, everyone's entitled to their opinion and stuff. To hope that a company that probably employs thousands of people in the States to fail, that's not very conservative.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Between all the Redneck Riviera speak. Maybe he said it there.
Owned by the Bush family anymore, but that Bud Light fails over this. I mean, I don't want to be mean, I don't want to root for bankruptcy, but in this case, I think we have to hope for that.
We have to hope for them to fail.
I think the customers decide. Customers are king. So I own a bar downtown in Nashville called Redneck Riviera, and our #1 selling beer up until a few days ago was, guess what? Bud Light. That was the #1 beer. We got cases and cases and cases of it sitting back there. But in the past several days, you're hard-pressed to find anybody ordering one. So as the business owner, I just go, hey, if you guys...
Can you imagine in a proper country redneck bar in Nashville now, walking up and going, can I have a Bud Light, please, babe?
Oh, the music would go off, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Scream.
Yeah, turn round.
Imagine what's going to be shouted at you.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
I mean, I've never heard anything. I've never heard of Dylan Mulvaney before today.
No.
I've never seen. I didn't even know anything about Bud Light. So it's the first I've heard of it. Basically,
You're not on social media, are you?
No, no. So I'm just trying to take in what's actually happened from a point of view from someone that knows absolutely nothing about it.
Do I explain what transgender is to mine?
No.
It's,
it looks like an advertising ploy to get people talking and to get it onto the news, onto places like this. And the proof of the pudding in the end is if people buy the product or not, and if they don't, then
which they're not. It's knocked something
Yeah.
like $5 billion off their share price.
Which Budweiser will see that in the end, and the bottom line is
That
if it's not
VP's
making
gone.
money.
Yeah.
I think exactly, yeah.
I'm sure I heard that those cans never went into production, though. They were sent to Dylan Mulvaney as like a PR thing.
I don't think he's got any cans.
She.
Not yet.
He's called Dylan still.
They. I think Dylan's a girl's name as well.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
I only know guys called Dylan.
I don't know any Dylans, to be fair. Well, yeah, I don't think it was ever like you go into your supermarket and all the cans of Bud Light have got Dylan Mulvaney's face on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that was... I feel like it's being blown up massively on this side. When you see the sort of Fox News side of it...
They've probably all been shipped over here. They're probably in the supermarkets over here.
Yeah.
Was Dylan Mulvaney on an actual advert for it as well, or was it just on the cans?
There was they showed a little clip on the right.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just like
that was the YouTube,
internet advert or
Instagram
YouTube
channel, wasn't it?
Yeah, but there was definitely an advert made, and the idea was to celebrate 365 days of her becoming a woman, or starting to transition or something like that.
Okay.
I think Budweiser have just kind of shot and missed.
Yeah.
I think that's all it is they've taken a chance, it's gone wrong, and that's it.
Do you know what? It's been building for a long time now of that community of pushing the boat, pushing the envelope, if you want to say, right to the edge, and so seeing what you can get away with, see what you can push. And this time, I think they've gone over.
Yeah,
I think they've gone too far.
You've got to respect people's ability as an adult to make their own mind up about things, but also to live how they want.
Yeah.
And that doesn't just mean, you know, country music bar owners get to live the way they want, pushing their product, but also trans people allowed to do what they want. And you don't have to agree with each other. What happened to agree to disagree? And you go your way, I go my way, and we don't need to battle it out on social media.
If people
buy
buy the product, that's fine. Otherwise, will be vindicated. If they don't, then they've obviously got the whatever they use to advertise. By the way, it could be transgender, it could be anything. It could be using anything to sell the product. Couldn't they? You could have, you know, worked on something else. Have used like all sorts before, haven't they? Budweiser to sell the product.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if this is just affecting Bud Light or whether it's affecting Budweiser as a brand.
I think it's affected the whole brand.
Whole brand.
Yeah, because the people who are against it and outspoken against this are so militant about it that it's like the whole Anheuser-Busch are done. I'll never go near your products again. Which is a bit of a, you know, just don't drink the beer. You know what I mean? How many times do advertising campaigns actually speak to you and you go, I'm going to go and buy that because that's great.
Some advertising campaigns, when I look at them, think I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Don't know. Jack Daniels did it for me. I watched a documentary on Jack Daniels, like a documentary advert sort of thing, and I thought I'm going to try. I've never had it. I thought I'll try that, and I went out and bought it, and then Chris drank it all.
I feel like it's been blown up massively, and a lot of people are doing it to show people how offended they are or how supportive they are of a situation.
Yeah.
And it's like,
if that was my drink of choice, although it's Carling. But
which is the Bud Light of
But if
England.
they did the same thing with Carling, it won't stop me drinking Carling. Personally, I won't care less. As long as the product is the same that I'm drinking, I won't care less.
That's how I feel.
Personally,
what about if they put like Man City champions all the way around the can and all that?
Pour it into a glass.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Something you don't agree with.
Yeah, well, yeah. But that something like that wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, no.
But
I'm saying, what if something was
that's
like
good.
that?
Oh yeah, good point.
Or a massive, instead of having the Carling brand, they have the Liver Bird.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I'm not drinking that again.
I get that. That's a bit different, though, isn't it? Because that's sort of like a football rivalry.
Yeah, but it's a topic. It's a topic that doesn't suit your opinion, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll probably go against it. Like
I get that. I get that to a certain extent. Actually, it's a good point. Yeah.
I do think that because people have gone so ridiculous on the, you know, like young kids that are identifying as like all types of things that people have never heard of, like I don't even know what.
A cardor.
You can be worm folk, and you can be like a furry and things like that. There's all these sort of made up things, and I think because it's gone so far that way, inevitably the pendulum is now swinging so far the other way, and I think people are suffering because of it a little bit. People probably wouldn't have given a shit about this 5 years ago if it wasn't for how ridiculous it had gone the other way.
If it hadn't been blown out of all proportion like this as well, I don't think people would have given a shit. It's kind of like it's just exploded, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And same with Nike. I don't know what situation Nike's in at the moment, but I know they went through a boycott thing similar.
Yeah.
But I think Nike products probably a little bit more expensive than buying a 6-pack of Budweiser.
Yeah.
Not to go out and buying Nike products. If you're buying trainers or sneakers or jog pants or whatever you may be, you spend a little bit more.
How many premium sneaker brands are there out there versus how many beers are out there that you can stock your bar with?
And I don't know how many AB own. I know I don't know how many brands they own. I'm not sure. You think I'd know with being beer, but I know they don't own Stella.
What if Stella did?
I'd fucking right off. I'm not arsed. I have no loyalty to anything like that.
It tastes good though.
Yeah, I'd just drink something else.
What if it was what if Carling cans were just a dick?
Hey, I'd have that. Yeah. So when you put it in your mouth, like in the shape of a big massive knob, or like a vagina that's sort of like you just have to crack it open at the bottom and drink it like that.
It'd be gin and tonic though, wouldn't it?
It's just going too
Dirty
far
martini.
Aren't going to order it. We got to put something else in here, and at the end of the day, that's capitalism, right, Tucker? That's how it works.
That's right. And they make great targets. You hit a Bud Light at 50 yards with a 223 and it just explodes. So I recommend that strongly. John Rich, great to see you tonight. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the Fox.
It's definitely an interesting debate, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just interested to see what the result is. I want to fast forward to the result.
I think
what's going to be the outcome.
I think that they will bounce back over the years, but I think this will affect them for a year or so.
Do you think she'll get booted?
No, I don't think so.
I think
because the thing is, it was just done.
She'll get shifted if it's. I think you're.
Do you mean the VP?
Yeah.
Oh, she'll go.
Yeah.
She'll at least. you know, be absorbed into the company somewhere else, less public
No,
facing.
her boss is definitely calling, going, "There's a balance sheet at the moment. You know, 4 billion. Can you explain
That's
that?
That's after.
Can you just give me a quick explanation?"
Yeah, but we also
As he's banging her head on the table when you.
we know how stocks and shares work though, and a lot of the time it's lost 4 billion, but give it 2 months and it's gone back up to its original price. So maybe they'll wait it out and see what happens.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
People are so mad on both sides about it, and I don't think it's as big as people are making it out to be. I think it's an excuse to nail your colours to the mast about where you stand on a certain issue. And it's like, I'll never drink that again because I'm so straight, and I absolutely hate anything like that.
I was in a bar the other day, and I got talking to 2 women, and we got on the subject of transgender. I think they sort of like led me down the path of, don't know, what do you think about it?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So I sort of like said something, and she went, "My daughter's transgender," as if to say like, don't know, what are you going to do about that? So I said, "My niece is transgender."
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do about that? Sort of thing. And they went, "Oh," and then it was like all of a sudden the tables had turned.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, it's not just you.
Yeah.
It's very complicated when it comes to kids, isn't it? Like, for me, it's black and white when it comes to adults. You do you, you do you. Everyone should respect each other. You don't have to agree with someone's life choices. You're okay to, for religious beliefs, be uncomfortable with gay people.
Yeah.
You know, which some people are. That's okay. As long as you don't discriminate, you're allowed your opinions. But adults should be allowed to adult and get on with your life and be left alone by people and do what you want to do.
There's people when you walk down the street, no matter what it is, whether it's someone, you know, advertising to be a Mormon, or, you know, whether you want to join a specific club, or, you know, do you want to play snooker at this club? Someone's grabbing you for something all the time. Someone's pecking your head all the time, and you're just like, mate, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy in my own little bubble, doing my own shit. Even when I got to football now, some guy pecking me head about donating to a food bank. I'm like, mate, I'm here for the football.
Yeah.
Simple. You know.
Yeah.
I know where the food banks are. If I want to donate, I'll take shit to the food bank. I dump them in. I grab a couple of tins every time I go to Waitrose and stick them in that way, which I'm convinced no one else gets. I think they put them back out when I've gone.
They probably do. Shut us down, restart.
But that's the trust you have in people.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't trust them.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of controversial advertising campaigns over the years, hasn't there? So it's nothing new in that sense. And like I said before, the bottom line is if it works or not. If it works as a company, if the balance sheet says, yeah, that's a great advertising campaign, if they don't make more money from it, then they'll stop it and they'll do something else.
Shareholders are definitely going to be on the phone
and
saying what's going on, what is going. We need explanation. We need it quick.
But things like this do get the product out in a public.
Not in a good way. This is not in a good way.
It's not.
A boycott. A boycott's never good.
No,
because then you've got to win back them people, and they might bin you off for good.
Oh yeah, if you're talking boycotts, then absolutely.
Well, that's what this is. It's a boycott.
Right. Right. Okay.
See, we're at a very weird time where, like, sort of conservative people and traditionalists and stuff used to be a bit more like, let me get on with my life, you know, less government interference in my life, let me do me and leave me alone. They seem to have gone to the way of telling people how to live their lives now quite a lot. And, you know, I sort of think we don't do politics here. We don't talk about what we really think. I think politics is like a circle. And when you go far enough left, you start becoming right, and far enough right, you start becoming left. And you just become those extremists that make up the 5% or the 10%. I just think it's a weird time at the moment.
I was out with a family the other day who were very political, and they always ask me about my political sway. I just go, mind your own business. It
used to be rude to ask someone about their political beliefs.
They're trying to get me to buy it all the time on stuff, and they start bringing up certain topics and certain comments, and I'm just like, not buying.
I'll talk about topics, you know, like that. We've just discussed this particular issue, but politics, I don't like it.
I don't even like talking about it. It's boring.
Yeah, it can piss off. Plus, people are so married to you've either got to be this or that with politics, and it's like, nah.
If I'm being honest, I fucking hate them all.
Politicians,
every one of them, every single. There's not one good one. I told you the story when I was outside the pub and I saw the Labour party walking past, and they sort of like looked at me, and I just give them. I must have growled or something. Like that guy did with the girl's tits with the dog. He went. I kind of probably did something like that to them, and they just sort of like just went head down and walked right past. They thought, nah, he's not one of us.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. They don't know who I am.
I think they're all out for themselves. I think low-level local politicians, like my uncle, is running for some sort of like I can't remember the name of it, but it's more of a councillor position in Barnsley, and he genuinely...
Does he have the authority?
he genuinely wants to make changes. He's not trying to be a politician. He's trying to get the bins collected and things.
I got a mate the same, does the same. He runs as he's an independent. Yeah. But he wants change for the town he lives in.
That's what my uncle's doing. And but once you go past that and become career politicians, I think they get very quickly corrupted and they very quickly all become the same.
I don't buy into it, mate. Don't buy into it. Don't want to know. Don't want to donate to them. Don't want to do anything with them. Nothing. Just don't even knock on my door.
Who's giving loads of money to political parties anyway?
For corruption, isn't it? It's for to sway.
What other reason would it be other than
to get your
bribery?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that was a long one.
Yeah, let us know what you think about that. Feel free to, be nice to each other, but feel free to say what you think in the comments section.
Yeah, if anyone's bad in the comments, I'm going to block it.
Fair enough. Or chop it off.
Chop it off.
Yeah, chop the comment off.
Just be a com. Anyway, let us know what you think, like Dave says, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers. Guys.